Are you planning a trip to Japan, but you're worried because you have tattoos? Well, listen up, because most of what you've been told just isn't true. Now, I went to Japan earlier this year, and as you can probably tell, I'm a pretty heavily tattooed guy. Not only am I heavily tattooed, but most of them are Irizumi tattoos, which, for those unaware, are commonly considered Yakuza tattoos or Japanese gang member tattoos. So if anybody was going to be a victim of the stigma surrounding tattoos in Japan, it's probably going to be me. Now, social media would have you believe that you would get arrested just for walking around with a tattoo showing in public. I think I even saw a video claiming that one time, which is absurd. And while there's definitely still stigma around tattoos in Japan, like anywhere else in the world, it's just not that bad. My tattoos were probably visible for the entirety of my trip, with the exception of places like shrines where it would be disrespectful to show them. And that's kind of the point. If you're abiding by the social norms and not displaying them in places where it's blatantly disrespectful to display them, nobody cares. Literally no one cares. Sure, there are some gyms and onsens that won't allow you to show your tattoos, but just cover them up or find one that does allow tattoos, because there are some. And unless you're a Japanese person that lives outside of Japan and is visiting Japan, it's probably pretty obvious that you're a foreigner. And so I just don't think that the average Japanese person is going to hold a foreigner to the same standards that they hold their own citizens to. Like, I've technically got Yakuza tattoos, but I'm a white dude. Nobody's going to think I'm a member of the Yakuza. You know what I mean? I actually had a handful of positive interactions about my tattoos while I was in Japan, believe it or not. I will say that when I went outside of Tokyo to a more rural area, I definitely did get more stares, but I'm not sure if that was an effect of the tattoos or if it was just because I was the only foreigner in town. Like, I definitely had a few elderly people do a 180 and stare at me as I walked by. Either way, what society doesn't have old people that will judge you for literally anything? All of this to say, I'm not trying to make a sweeping generalization about the entirety of Japan. I'm just sharing my experience in that having tattoos really wasn't a big deal, and I wasn't treated any differently because of them, as far as I could tell. So, if you're planning on going to Japan and have tattoos, don't worry about it. Just cover them up where it's disrespectful to show them, and you'll be fine.